Hello, long time no see. Sorry I haven't updated. Life has been a bit crazy. Um, so I had my second child on August 9th. January 9th, 2014. I went into labor naturally. My water broke. I was scheduled for repeat C-section, which I did have, but I did go into labor naturally, and then they just did a C-section. She is now almost 9 months, 9 months on October 9th, so 8.5 months. She's doing great. However, she's a very tough baby, very tough baby. When she was first born, even in the hospital, we've noticed that she has trouble eating. And she was coughing a lot after each bottle, and just having trouble and crying a lot after eating. If she would try to feed her, she couldn't eat. She would throw up a lot. It's just a mess. They told me, oh, it's normal newborn behavior and I shouldn't worry, but I knew something was up. We got home, she would scream for hours after each bottle, like scream, arch her back to the whole 9 yards. It was awful. I went to the doctor, pushed and pushed and pushed. She did have silent reflex. She did have, they said that because she was born at 38 weeks, that her esophagus wasn't developed, so that was causing some acid and things like that. So those kind of babies have more trouble, all kinds of problems. So she was on medicine for a while, which we also tried to switch formula, which we didn't do because she didn't do well with the formula we chose. So she's now on just sensitive formula, and doing better, but it was a tough start. She's also one of those babies that sleeps really bad. She needs to be put to sleep every time. You have to walk around with her, you have to hold her, you have to rock her. I mean, I walked for hours in our kitchen in the beginning, and it was just really, really, really tough. On top of it, my husband had a new job and was working very long hours, so I was by myself with the two kids. It was tough. Also, my 3-year-old is adjusting to best that she can, but also she had some issues too that needed to be addressed, and it was a tough beginning. Um, when I was recovering from being pregnant, my first postpartum period, I guess, was really, really heavy, to the point where like a lot of blood was coming out, like in clots, and just not to be disgusting, but it was just a lot. So I went to the emergency room because I was just scared. I've never seen anything like that, and they told me that I was anemic. Because I have lost a lot of blood, and they said that with IVF pregnancies, because they pump up your lining so much, then you have to get rid of it, so it's a lot more bleeding, blah blah blah. So I had very, very heavy bleeding for a long time, and I lost a lot of blood, and I was very anemic, to the point where they even thought I would need a blood transfusion. Luckily, I didn't need a blood transfusion, but they made it hard to take care of Gabby because she needed so much of my attention, and a lot of my day consisted of walking around, but I was so tired all the time from not having enough blood, and I was dizzy, and it was hard to like get up and sit down and all those motions, so it made it even harder. So finally they gave me medicine, they gave me iron pills, they put me on a birth control to regulate my periods for a while, and so hopefully things should even out now. I'm better, but it was just another added sort of obstacle along the way. Her name is Gabriella. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Gabriella Sofia. She's named after my dad, who was George, but we didn't want Georgia, so we just took the letter. And and my dad had passed away when I was 18, so I just wanted to remember him. And her middle name is Sofia because I am from Sofia, Bulgaria, which is the capital of Bulgaria, and I just wanted, to reference my country. Right now, she she's moving and grooving. She's crawling. She has almost four or five teeth. Three new just poked through. She has two on the bottom. She eats formula okay now. She doesn't like solid food, baby jars. She wants real food, but the pediatrician told us to not really attempt to give her real food till she was one, just because she may choke on it or something. So, you know, she she we're trying a jar here and there, but I'm not too worried about it, because before one it's not a big deal. Sleeping, she has to be put to sleep. It's not as long as it used to be processed, but it's still a long process. There's been nights lately she's been waking up a lot at night. She wants to sleep with her on you, and if you put her down in a crib or back and play whatever, she will wake up immediately, and then you have to do the whole process all over again. So it's been tough. In other news, my older daughter she was born with a heart defect, and now we need to repair that defect, so she's gonna need an open heart surgery, which we're gonna attempt next week. We're in a good hospital, we're in good hands, but it's still nerve-wracking because it's an open heart surgery, so I'm very nervous. So my tolerance level is very low at this point. I also, with this pregnancy as well, have postpartum depression. So initially I had a very hard time getting to a doctor, finding a good doctor, believing me that I need medication, and I don't need the typical postpartum depression medicine, because I have anxiety. I have very high anxiety with depression, but mostly anxiety. So if you give me the typical antidepressant, it won't do anything for me, which they usually prescribe Zoloft, which does nothing. So I finally found a doctor, got medicine, but that was, good 5-6 months postpartum. So that just added to the whole stress of the situation in the beginning. So it was a rough start to the year. My older daughter started preschool, and then we had to pull her out of preschool so she stays healthy for her surgery. But it's just been ups and downs here and there. Financially, we also had some complications, and it's been a tough year, needless to say. I'll show you Gabby in my next video. I'm trying to get back into it. I think I would, for myself more, would like to document their lives a little bit more. If any questions, ask me. But our IVF baby's here, and she's doing great. I'm pretty sure she's considered a high needs baby, and you can read more about that online. Dr. Sears, if you're familiar with him, he describes there's 20 or 22 points, and she meets every single point on his chart for a high needs baby. They cry a lot, they have colic, they want to be carried, they don't want to be alone, all that stuff. I can't personally leave Gabby alone without her screaming and do anything during the day. I do leave her, and she does scream because I do have to, get stuff done and go to the bathroom once in a while and things like that. So things do happen, but she screams. She expresses her needs very well and very loudly. So if you want to learn more about that, you can read Dr. Sears' profile of this kind of a child. They usually are intelligent kids, and that's why they have these high needs. I'm not bragging that my kid is smart or whatever. I don't know that yet. But that's usually what the characteristics are. So just something I've been looking into and trying to sort of get a grasp on and be able to sort of handle her better on a day-to-day basis. Of course, every kid is different, and you don't know any better. What else? So sort of this is our life right now. We're anticipating surgery next week, and hoping everything goes well. Gabby will be taken care of by my mom and mother-in-law, and while we're in the hospital, my daughter should be there. Zoe should be there about 5 days or so, if everything goes well, and then she'll be back home for recovery. So that's it. Wish us luck. Let's hope everything goes together, and let me know if you have any questions. And I'm sorry I didn't update for so long. And then next time I'll definitely show you pictures of Gabby. She's a very cute little girl. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye bye.